You're watching Nevada Business Chronicles. Take a journey with us to see the innovative businesses that put Nevada on the business map. Connecting you with the businesses, events, and organizations that bring innovation and prosperity to the Nevada area, please welcome your host, Mitch Burney.
On today's show, we're with Annette Kurtz, an expert in clutter clearing, space clearing, and feng shui. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey Mitch, good to be with you today.
Tell us about clutter clearing.
Clutter is a very fascinating topic. Clutter is something that is very heavy and stuck, and it keeps people living in the past. It doesn't allow them to unfold their potential and move forwards in their lives. So by clearing your clutter, you make space in your life and move forward for things that matter.
I'm certain that many people have one of those spaces in their life that are cluttered. Tell me a little bit about feng shui. And do these work together in many cases?
Absolutely. Feng Shui is the harmonious flow of energy to make houses feel revitalized and energized. And you notice it yourself when you come into a house that feels just really great and you feel inspired, rather than a house you come in where you feel stuck and heavy and tired.
So they work hand in hand in
Absolutely.
most cases.
Absolutely. The clutter clearing is a fantastic starter point to help people to get unstuck.
What are we going to do today?
Today we have a client and she asked me to help her with her closet.
I'm sure there are a lot of people with one of those that could use a
Absolutely.
little help being decluttered. So let's
Yes.
go take a look.
Mitch, I would like you to meet Gia. Gia has graciously invited us to her home today.
Hi, Gia. Thank you so much for
Hi,
having
Mitch.
us in. Want to thank you for allowing us to come into your space. Very personal
It is.
to share your area. And I want to thank you for allowing us to do that on behalf of the people that will see what's possible for them. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
So Gia, you have asked me to work with you and your closet today.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, what is actually your biggest challenge with your closet?
It's really beautiful on the outside, less so on the inside. It's stuffed. And it's not that I have a lot of clothing, because I'm pretty reasonable there, but it doesn't have any rhyme or reason to it. And I need your gentle, kind work. I really need you.
I'm so honored to be here with you today, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and your closet and helping you.
Thank you.
What is actually the biggest thing that you'd like to achieve out of today?
Additional sanity. I want to be able to open the closet and not search for that second shoe or think, what is it that I have that I can put on? It's just, I want to be able to give less thought and less time to it. I just want this to become an easy, just open it up and go without walking away from the closet thinking, oh, I really have to clean that up someday.
So we are going to look for the perfect flow of your closet and make it feel really enjoyable and easy in the mornings to
Yes,
go and
absolutely.
find your clothes that you would like to wear.
Yeah, and without having to give it a second thought. It's just there, like I'm breathing, I can open my closet and not have this overwhelming feeling of,
Yeah.
that.
That's wonderful. So let's get started.
Let's go.
So would you like to show me your closet?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so what have we got here?
We have a hybrid of things. So it's obviously the TV. Try to keep all of my pants down here, and this was going to be like some flow over of a shoe closet that's to the right. And what happens is I just throw my pants up, which is, yay, I'm hanging my pants up, but get a load of that. And then I get tired and lazy and I take my shoes off and I throw them in there because I can't really see what's happening with my shoes underneath the pants and stuff. So it's a thing. I do have a lot of shoes. I'm going to admit that. I have some purses hanging in here, but I also have purses up high. So it's it's a lot going on.
If you look at all this, how many % do you think are still current for you? Of the pants and of the shoes?
Oh, the shoes are like 90% current because I'm weird.
Yeah.
The pants, probably 50, 60%. But like I've got some shorts in here and I have dress pants and jeans. So
Everything.
And I think I'm
great.
doing good. Like I think that I don't have a lot of clothing, but I start looking at it with eyes around me. And I'm like, hey. So, yeah. And one of the other frustrations I have is that I kind of can't escape this. So if my husband and I are in bed watching TV, I am not only focused on, getting lost in whatever highbrow, making me smarter television I'm watching, because I want to believe I'm not watching, something insane. So, but I'm always looking at this and I'm always thinking about this all the time. So I can't escape it. So I'm laying in bed and it's supposed to be a relaxing time. Then my brain starts going, it's just like, oh, would you fix that? So here I am.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to have a look at the rest of your closet and see what's the best strategy for us to get this started.
Okay.
So what about this piece?
Okay, I think it's adorable for someone who it's appropriately aged adorable for. And I honestly, the whole reason I'm holding on to it was I bought it to go under a sweater. And it didn't fit me quite right. And I lost the receipt to return it. And it was too late by the time I figured out what was going on. So I have zero reason to hold on to this other than it was cute on a model on a website and it looks horrible on me.
Is this a big surprise for you to see all your shoes?
I've never seen them all laid out like this, but every pair is completely necessary to my life. This is obscene, but yeah, I've not seen this.
So let's revisit the shoes and see, do they all really still have a place in your life right now and where you actually like to go?
Many of them still have a place in my life.
Okay.
Although I have a pair of duplicates in here, which kind of freaks me out. But I'm looking, there are a couple of things I can certainly part with.
Later and see what you have let go of.
That is, I thought like 5 or 10% of the items I had, I thought it was going to be just more organization and tidying up, but that I have let go of so many things. And for me, it wasn't that it was a huge emotional process so much. It was just like, oh, thank God, I've tried to do this just on my own. And I get, to a point where I think I've done something really great, but having you with me and guiding me and asking the questions and giving sense to all of it has just, I bow to you. I bow to you. You changed everything for me.
You have done a great job. I mean, this looks more like about how many % would you say?
Oh, probably 20% of the stuff that I had. But we were saying as we were going along that it's like 20% of the stuff was taking away 100% of just the relaxation that I could have had. So I would wake up stressed and I would go to bed stressed, and now I'm like,
Yes, and how is it now for you?
It's so good. I'm so I'm so happy. I can't even believe it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Are you kidding? Couldn't have worked with anybody better. Love it. Love it.
Annette, I'm shocked. I wasn't expecting that kind of transformation, but the impact that it made was a surprise to me.
I find it totally fascinating. Closets are a very big deal for women. So not being overwhelmed in the morning, not finding anything suitable for wear is a big deal now.
What other spaces do you work with people on?
I work with my clients in the space for whatever they need.
So an office, for an example?
Absolutely, businesses.
That's a big deal.
Yep.
Because that can increase productivity, for an example.
That's right, absolutely.
I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm inspired. I have a space of my own that has kind of become this, if it's over here, I don't have to think about it, place in my life. But I'm having the realization that I'm also not enjoying or using or taking advantage of and appreciating that part of my life. Do you work with garages?
Absolutely, yes, I do.
Would you be willing to help me?
Yes.
Are you sure you're sure?
Yes, I'm sure, I'm sure.
This is a pretty big undertaking.
Let me see what you've got.
Well, let's take a look then. Are you sure you're really prepared to do this?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's take a look. So I'm going to ask you one more time, are you really sure that you're prepared to do this?
Oh wow, this is quite a project. Yes, I'm absolutely here to help you with this, yes.
So just to give you an idea of where I'm at with this. First thing that came to me when you said that you were willing to do this was, oh, finally. And as the time approached to do it, it became, oh gosh, I actually have to do this now. Like, I get that this has been something that has just been, I didn't want to deal with it. You know, the inside of the house, fantastic. The garage just became the place that everything went. And it's a little overwhelming.
I can totally relate to how you feel about your garage, but I can also see the potential your garage has, and particularly I feel this boat wants to come out.
It's the time of the year.
Yes.
It definitely is. I put it away in the winter, and I think that also adds to the dilemma of trying to get around it.
Absolutely.
And so things kind of build up, but you know, there was some organization and it's gotten a little out of control, and it leaves me really not being able to get to the things that I want when I want to get to them. And so it does interfere with
It totally
life.
kills the joy of your initial project to go out and do stuff, because you have to move so many things out first before you can get to it. And then you might be already exhausted and the trip might not happen at all, right?
You're exactly right. Just right now, the weather's getting nice, and if I wanted to take that boat out and take it out on a lake, all this has to come out first.
Right.
And then, well, now it's out. I got the boat out. I got to put it back. And then I got to find all the other stuff that goes with it to make that trip. And the hour or 2 hours later, just to get started, I'm already fatigued. It's taken away a lot of the pleasure. And yeah, it is. It's a challenge though, because, you know, I realized today that if it wasn't for the fact that you were here, I wouldn't be doing this coming weekend. I wouldn't be doing it the next weekend, because each weekend I'd say, I don't want to do that. I want to go have fun and enjoy my time off. And so it's always been the same way.
Yeah. Well, you see, I see my role as a motivator and a facilitator to be here with you all the way. until you have your garage in a place where you're actually very happy about it and you're able to go into your garage and pack for your trip. And I put on my work clothes so I can get started.
Well, boy, here we go. Let's do it. Where do we start?
Well, we would like to get that beautiful boat out. Before we can do that, we would need to move all these things out first, then pull the boat out, and then we have actually space to work.
Okay, well, let's do that. So ideally for me, I have a couple of things going on here. I have boxes of things that have just come with me for years and I just haven't taken the time to go through and really get rid of. You know, some of that is just documents that I don't want to throw away family pictures because I didn't open up the box and go through it, but it's years worth of it's come from one place to the next to the next. I have a workspace area, I can't use it because it's just not organized.
Right.
And even the surface of it I can't work with, so I'd like to fix that. My son's drum set, I want to move it back inside. Well, that's going to open up some space right away, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But it's been blocked by everything, so I put it out here because we used the room for another purpose for a couple of months, and then it sat out here after that, and I'd like to put his drum set back in his room. And my camping area, love to get out and go outside, but it's also now in disarray. So there's camping and there's fishing, and I just want to be able to, when it's time to go do that, grab and go and not block the pleasure.
How much percent of the things do you think you would like to let go of?
I think I can just look right around this room and see 30 to 40% of this
Great.
just being gone.
Yep. So that means that we would create space for a new structure in your garage, a new setup. So everything is in its place. And in order to do that, we get started with the things that are lined up here at the sides first.
Okay,
Sounds like a plan?
sounds like a plan to me.
So now when we pick up things and we see this, is this camping or where would this go
No,
to?
that's actually, I can throw that out. That can be recycled now.
Where would you usually store the luggage? Which area of your garage?
We don't have an area defined for
Then
luggage
we'll
yet.
create
We'll
one.
create one.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great.
So something happened when we just said, let's dump it out. I'm like, but I don't know what's in there. Maybe there's something that I would be uncomfortable.
I felt exactly the same when we were starting to throw this all on the table. And something that's very important for me is so that you know, everything we do here is totally confidential. I totally enjoy helping you to free up your space, to make space for what matters in your life. And whatever it is that you have to let go of is none of my business.
Okay.
And I'm here to help you.
Yeah, I thought, well, that's kind of silly because I don't know what I'm afraid
Yes.
of having come out, but I don't know what's in there. So, and
So what do we have here?
You know, I probably would have looked at that box and said, cassette decks and VHSs,
Yes.
there's nothing in here of importance. One thing I've looked for years is a trip that I took that is videotaped when I was in my early 20s. And this is, I never knew where it was. And so rather than just throwing the whole thing out, this is a perfect example of that one thing in that whole box that has any meaning to me.
And this is a very good point we are seeing here, because you think the whole box is an asset.
No.
Where in actual fact, it's only one piece and the rest is trash.
So I was just thinking, well, maybe somebody would still like this. Do I throw it out or do I give this to charity? And I don't have a cassette or a VHS.
Who do you think still has a cassette player?
But is there any John Denver unopened collectability? I don't know. So also,
where do you draw the line between saving junk and throwing away treasure?
So these are your things, so that's entirely up to you. If you would like to let go of it in one go, if you feel like somebody would still enjoy listening to it, we can put it aside into the charity box.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. If I think it's something that's going to have value someday,
Right,
I can still choose to keep it.
absolutely.
All right, good. So let's do that. Let's bring the can over here because most of this is obvious. I know the answer. An Albertsons receipt from 1998. This could be important.
You're joking here.
I'm blown away. A couple of reasons. One, just how easy it is to do with your help. I felt overwhelmed until you came and showed some strategic ways of doing this. I think I'm more blown away by the fact that out of all of the stuff that was here, that's all that I really needed. I thought I was going to really be trimming about 30 to maybe 40%. That's more like 70 to 80.
This is a lot more.
Before we open up the garage and show what's taken place here,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about the difference this has made in my life. I was shocked. You know, I was inspired by watching this closet being done, and I thought what was possible, but I didn't realize a lot of the impact that this had on my life. A lot of things I was holding on to, they were interfering, they were blocking me. And then I found that when I wanted to use things, I couldn't get to them. By the time I was able to get to them, I didn't even want to use them anymore because it was fatiguing. And then the mental anguish of going, oh, when I had to open it up and want to even try to venture to find something. I don't know how to explain that. It was a shock to me. I think that you probably experienced that a lot.
I do, yes. People have no idea how much they are held back by the past, staying stuck in the clutter and not being ready to do things that they enjoy and move forward with their lives.
Now, everything has its place.
Everything in its place. Fantastic.
Are you ready to see?
I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to show you. Ta-da!
So we have set up this space for your camping gear. How does it make you feel?
Like I can go camping right now.
Right now.
Right now. Put it in the car, let's go.
One thing you shared with me was super important for you, that your son is able to find his things to go play. So how does this work out for you now?
Just last night, he wanted to take his quad out for a spin. And the battery is sitting over here on the charger, and it was about 30 seconds later. We were out the door enjoying ourselves.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Awesome.
In its place.
So I see you have set up a workspace for you.
This may be the biggest deal out of all of them to me. I mean, this means that I can actually take care of and do and build, and I love working with my hands. I love working on my car, and now everything is right where I need it. I've already experienced the relief and the ease that this brings with it.
That's awesome.
This isn't just a place, it's everything has its space. Everything that I need to work on things is right at my fingertips. All my tools, all of my sanders and saws and drills, and everything is right in its place.
Fantastically functional, isn't it?
This made a difference in my life. I wasn't expecting this. I just had to try to find a tool just to do something simple. It was so difficult, and now
Yeah. And
everything's here. I've got screws and nuts and nails, and I installed this, and everything has its place. I can get to a screwdriver with ease, and this is probably the largest impact.
How much weight has lifted off you?
It's not just the weight that it's lifting off, it's the pleasure that it's going to bring.
Fantastic.
Originally, I thought out of all of those boxes that I would get rid of somewhere around 35–40%. Out of all of those boxes, I have 2 boxes of paperwork that are for taxes that you have to keep, and 1 box of memories. So I shed about 99% of that weight. It was like an elephant though.
At first you felt it would be totally overwhelming to deal with that elephant.
You can't eat an elephant in one bite, but you've helped me eat that elephant one bite at a time. And at the end of the day, these now are accessible. I can sit down and enjoy them and share them with my son, over the years. But I think that it also represents something bigger than that. It's shedding the pounds and the baggage from the past. I literally took 478 pounds to the shredder.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to let go of. To put it back in the past and be able to go forward, I don't know you can explain the relief.
And how do you feel with this now?
Overjoyed. Just really enthusiastic and excited about the fact that I have a space and a place that works.
So cool. Well done.
Thank you. Words cannot express my gratitude. If you have some clutter that you want to clear, if you want to be uplifted and freed of all of the things that are in the way of your moving forward with your life, then you visit AnnetteKurtz.com or give her a call at 530-708-0740. Annette, thank you again so much.
Thank you, Mitch. It was great.
more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. For information on becoming a guest on our show, contact us at info@nvbusinesschronicles.com. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week at the same time for more from Nevada Business Chronicles.